Join me as I elevate the traditional chicken saltimbocca by incorporating a delightful blend of Italian cheeses and a rich, savory mushroom sauce. Hi, I'm Tara the Foodie, and I take the mystery out of cooking for you. Watch as I prepare the chicken breasts in sage-infused oil, then finish them in the oven topped with sage, prosciutto, and cheese. Finally, I'll serve this delicious chicken saltimbocca over a bed of delicate angel hair pasta and smothered in that mushroom goodness. Like all my videos, you'll find a link to the printable recipe for this dish down in the description box below this video. So put those pens and papers down and just watch and enjoy. Now let's get cooking.
Wow, Tara the Foodie. That is one cute little apron you have on today.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, this is an apron that was made specially for me by Nancy at UpNStitches. She makes these custom aprons, and you can get them shorty short like I like, because I don't need all that fabric. I don't like a lot of clothes, you know? It's going to protect my clothing, but it's gonna look cute too. And they're not only for women, men can wear these as well while you're out grilling in the summertime. Juicy Joe has one too.
Yeah, so here it is. My custom made apron from Nancy from UpNStitches. Obviously, like Tara, I don't like to wear that many clothes either. And if I hike my shorts up a little more,
Ooh, he looks naked.
I look naked. See?
This is great. Do we like the headband here that he's using to affix his microphone on?
I need someplace to put the microphone.
He's adorable.
All right, kids, back to filming.
So I'll put Nancy's socials on the screen here so that you can see how you can contact her at UpNStitches on Instagram and Facebook. Send her a message, let her know what your vision is, and she will find the apron perfect for you.
Chicken time, chicken time. What's this thing called again?
So this dish is called chicken saltimbocca.
Saltimbocca?
Yes, and I looked it up, and apparently the traditional saltimbocca, which I believe means jump in your mouth in Italian, because bocca is mouth. So it is so good that it should just jump right into your mouth. Normally it is made traditionally with veal, but we are making it with chicken today, which has been done many times before. A lot of people have made it with chicken, but I am putting another spin on it and adding cheese on top because I like ooey gooey cheese. And also I am making this delicious mushroom sauce that is gonna be poured over top right before serving that is just gonna make you wanna touch yourself. So there's that. So the first step in making chicken saltimbocca is to prepare your chicken for the pan. So I've got just a few chicken breasts here. The first thing we want to do is take our chicken breasts and lay them on our cutting board. Every time you get a chicken breast, you always have kind of a thicker part here, and then it sort of gets thinner as you go down, right? And I'm taking my knife and I'm gonna put my hand on top, and you're cutting in the middle of the thickness. So you just start to slice into just the thick part, not all the way through, because we're gonna open it up. So you just start this cut all the way down to almost the end, and you start to open it as you're cutting. Kind of like that, until you're able to open it, and then it opens up like that. Butterfly your chicken breasts open. And then take your plastic wrap, just cover them up, and grab your meat mallet using the flat side. You're just gonna lightly beat your meat, just a little bit. And you wanna feel like where are the thin parts and where are the thick parts. And you're really just beating down the thick parts to match up with the thin parts. You just want a uniform thickness. peel off your plastic and throw this away. And now we're ready to move over to the stove so I can show you how to prepare the oil that we will be frying these chicken breasts in. All right, so once you're at your stove, you want to turn a heavy bottom large pan on high heat and get that nice and hot. So I have just some light olive oil, and I'm going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons or so into the pan. I have to grab what I use for pot holders, which is welding gloves from my Juicy Joe, because this pan gets really hot when it's heated up, so I can't even touch the handle. So if you need a pot holder, grab a pot holder. But I wanted to show you that if you move the oil around in the pan, you can see that it moves really, really fast, you know, like thin water. That tells you that your oil is ready, if that makes sense to you. So the next thing you want to do is grab your fresh sage, and you are just going to take this sage that smells so good. Oh gosh. Grab this whole bundle, and you're going to lay it down into the oil. And it's going to pop, okay? It's going to make a lot of noise. Now I'm turning the heat down to medium. So I will let this sage fry in this oil for just a couple of minutes to infuse the sage flavor into the oil, and then we'll remove it and fry up the chicken. So it's just been a couple minutes. I'm going to pull out the sage just to kind of set it aside. All right, so you want to season your chicken breasts with a little salt and pepper. So I'm going to flip these over and season these on the other side. Now let's take these back over to the stove. All right, so go ahead and add your chicken to the hot pan with the sage infused oil. So go ahead and fry your chicken breasts for just a couple minutes on each side until both sides are golden brown. All right, let's check these chicken breasts and see if they're done. Okay, they look good. So you're just looking for a little browning on each side. And just go ahead and remove them from the pan. Just place them on a plate nearby. Once you've removed your chicken breasts from the pan, it's time to add your sliced mushrooms. So this is a 10-ounce package of Baby Bella mushrooms that I sliced, but you can also buy them already sliced. And go ahead and add these to the pan. Just move them around a little bit just to coat them with all of the oil that is already in the pan. And then you want to season these mushrooms with just a couple of things. I've got some garlic salt here with parsley and some pepper. So with the garlic salt, remember, this is not garlic powder, this is garlic salt. So act like it's salt. It is just as salty as salt. So you're just going to sprinkle this on top of your mushrooms. You don't need a lot. Just about like that. And then I'm going to put some black pepper on there, and you can put as much as you want of black pepper. And then just stir them up. And you can see that they've released some of their liquids, so they are now picking up the fond, or the parts that have kind of stuck to the bottom of the pan. They're picking that flavor up off the pan now, and it's mixing in with the mushrooms. And this is where all the magic starts to happen. Next, add about a tablespoon of butter to your mushrooms. Go ahead and stir that around. And you can see that the mushrooms are nice and browned and they've soaked up the oil and the flavor from the pan. And now we're adding a little more moisture with the butter. And now go ahead and add a tablespoon of flour to the mushrooms. And then stir that up. And you're basically making a mushroom roux at this point, because this is going to turn into a bit of a mushroom gravy. So you're just stirring it so that you can't see any more raw flour. And you want your heat on medium-high or so, because we're going to be adding the chicken broth next. Now I'm going to add mine a cup at a time. I might use all 2 cups, but I don't want it to be too kind of thin of a sauce. So I'm adding a cup first. And then immediately start to stir it with a wooden spoon to pull up all of the flavor from the bottom of the pan, and it thickens up for you pretty quickly. As you can see, when I drag my spoon through it, it leaves a little bit of a trail. Now at this point, you want to go ahead and turn your heat all the way to low, because you just want this to slightly simmer, and it will reduce down a bit more, and then it will be ready to pour over the finished product. Next, before you do anything else, you want to preheat your oven to 425 degrees, and you want to put a pot of water on to boil, because we are going to be serving this dish over top of angel hair pasta. So you want to go ahead and get your water ready to go for that. So while we are waiting for that water to boil and our oven to warm up, we're going to go ahead and get the chicken ready to go into the oven. First, you want to take the sage that you fried earlier in the oil, and we're going to go ahead and remove it from the plate. And we are taking the leaves only off of the stems. Grab a towel, because your hands will be oily. Oh, I guess I could do that, but I don't want to mess up my apron. I like it too much. All right, so once you've removed the stems from your sage, just go ahead and chop it up roughly with your knife. You can just hear it crunch. I'm gonna move this off to the side of this cutting board, because I need to chop up some parsley too. So just grab yourself a little bit of a bunch of fresh parsley, fresh Italian flat leaf parsley. Usually what I do is I just grab the leaves with my hand and I just rip them off like that. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and rough chop these leaves. A little bit of stem here and there is no big deal. And this parsley is going to be to garnish the final dish.
Those are some beautiful nails, Sarah the Foodie.
Thank you. I just got them done today while you got your pedicure.
Ah, yeah.
Tomorrow is Father's Day as we film this, so Juicy Joe is getting his Father's Day pedicure. Did you enjoy that?
My toes are so happy right now.
And you want to grab your chicken breasts that you cooked earlier. Just go ahead and place them on a sheet pan. And now we are going to top these chicken breasts with some goodness before putting this in the oven. So the first thing you do is you want to take that chopped sage and sprinkle it over top your chicken. Next, and this is kind of the hard part, you want to grab a package of prosciutto and don't eat it, Juicy Joe, or me, because you have to put it on the chicken. Now, if you have some left, which we always do because we know it's so delicious, then eat that. But so take and this is kind of, if you've never worked with this before, it always has sheets of paper in between these really thin slices of prosciutto. So you just kind of want to delicately pull them apart. It's always a little bit difficult, but it's also no big deal because it doesn't need to be perfect. You're just going to cover your chicken breast with it. You can go ahead and just kind of pile it on top of your chicken breast, because you want a full piece on there, because this is the Saltimbocca part of the Saltimbocca. This is what makes you want this dish to jump right into your mouth. This is another dish that if you're watching this around Valentine's Day time, or you have an anniversary, like wedding anniversary to cook for, something romantic, this is the dish right here. This is gonna get you all the attention that you want. And speaking of Valentine's Day videos, click here to watch Juicy Joe's last Valentine's Day video where he cooked me a delicious version of chicken parmesan. God, Lord, you want to make that too. Next, you want to grab a bag of shredded Italian cheeses. You can grab just mozzarella if you want, or just provolone. Go ahead and sprinkle some of this cheese on each chicken breast. And now these chicken breasts are ready for the oven. You're gonna put these in a 425-degree oven for just 5 minutes. Then we're gonna put it under the broiler for just another minute, maybe a minute and a half, just until the cheese starts to get all bubbly and brown. Okay, so once your water is boiling, you want to go ahead and salt it, about a tablespoon or so. I've got a ½ pound of pasta left, and for this amount of chicken, a ½ pound is plenty. Woo! And then just use your tongs to get all the pasta into the water. Now this is angel hair pasta. It only takes 4 minutes to cook. So watch it closely and get it the heck out of the water in 4 minutes. All right, it's been 5 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and take the chicken out. Now, this is what it looks like right now. I want it to be bubbly and browned. So I am gonna put it into the oven again. I'm gonna turn on the broiler now on high and just leave them under the broiler for just maybe a minute until the cheese is bubbly and brown. It's time to drain our pasta. Ooh. How mysterious I look. Ooh. Ooh. Woo! Then just put it back into your pot. All right, let's check our chicken. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here we go. We'll take this right out of the oven. And now the chicken is nice and bubbly and brown, and it's ready to be served. So to finish your angel hair pasta, go ahead and grab about a tablespoon or so of butter. Plop that down in there and shake just a little bit of this garlic salt onto your pasta. And then grab a shaker of Parmesan cheese and shake some of that onto your pasta. And remember, the recipe, you can find the link down below in the description box. If you click where it says more, it will open the entire description below and you'll see the link to print out or to view for this recipe. And then just go ahead and take your tongs and toss the pasta with the butter, garlic salt, and Parmesan cheese.
You look pretty excited, baby.
It's because I know what this is about to look like and what this is about to taste like. So the final step is to plate this beautiful dish for serving to your family or just anybody that you want to like you very much. Go ahead and place your pasta on a serving platter. This is the great thing, is you're plating this on a platter for everybody. So you don't have to worry about separate plates or anything. Just get all that pasta on your platter. And this is just a half a pound of pasta. Fills an entire platter. Just keep that in mind.
Family style, baby. Family
Yeah,
style.
yeah, it is family style. All right, next you want to place your chicken on top of the pasta. Lay it down. There you go. Position the chicken so that it's nice and evenly spaced out. Now you want to take this glorious mushroom sauce. Just wait till you try this. It's stupid. It's so good. So just take a big spoon and you're going to lay spoonfuls of these mushrooms over top of this chicken so that everybody gets an even amount of mushrooms on their portion, because there will be fights. I would fight somebody for this mushroom sauce. I definitely would. Plate your dish, your dinner that you're making, so that it's beautiful when you serve it to whomever you're serving it to. It makes you happy to look at it, and you eat with your eyes first, and why not make it look as best you can? For the final touch, just grab some of that fresh parsley that you chopped up earlier and sprinkle it over top. And this is my chicken saltimbocca with mushrooms. All right, well, it's my favorite time of every episode, time to taste. So you just wanna cut a piece right here. It's so good. Like, the addition of this mushroom sauce, while not traditional for saltimbocca, but who cares? I mean, who cares about tradition anymore with food? You know, you like something, you want to add something to it to make it better to you, do it. And do this. If you like mushrooms even a tiny little bit, do this and you will love mushrooms. The prosciutto, the sage underneath it, and then that mushroom sauce, even the parsley that's on top just for garnish really isn't just for garnish. It's got a bright flavor to it. I'm gonna go ahead and eat just a little of the pasta. And this again is it's just some angel hair pasta, basically buttered noodles with a little garlic salt and Parmesan shaker cheese. Angel hair pasta is the Italian ramen. It tastes like really good ramen noodles and just flavored just enough to be the accompaniment to this delicious chicken saltimbocca dish. Make this as soon as possible for anyone that is special to you in your life, and they will know how special they are just because you made this for them. And thank you to all of you that are already subscribed. And if you're not, please go ahead and take a moment to click the subscription button below. It's free and it lets YouTube know that you truly love our content. And also, please share this video with your friends. It's sometimes the only way they hear about us, and then they can start watching with you. I'm Tara the Foodie, taking the mystery out of cooking for you. and I will see you next time.